Hi, fellow traders. I'm gonna do my recaps real quick on my trades today. Um, one loser, one winner. Not a real big winner, but I had to take what the market could give me at the time, and I felt pretty good about that. Kind of redeemed myself from the mistake I made this morning. Had a solid, rock solid plan for ASML pre-market. It was the only one that I really was watching. I was watching it in Starbucks. Starbucks was too volatile today. I couldn't really trade it. It wasn't something that was within my comfort zone, so I didn't trade it. But I had a plan for this. Either way, if it came down and bounced off of VWAP and made the push up to this level, this was going to be my long, and then I was going to flip it when it hit this level and come back. So I figured it would either have trouble here at 92 or at 92.30ish. So there was no reason for me to short this thing when I did. I just kind of misread what was going on, and just kind of misread the chart. I wasn't paying attention to the 2 minute, which I should have been doing. But I was looking at this and looked like it was going to lose the 9. It opened here. We got a sell off here. It started to roll as we opened. Got a sell off here. And, but my number one thought was that it would open and push up into some resistance and I could short it coming down. Or it would come in, test the VWAP. I can take it long up. And that was my other plan. But it started to roll over, and I started thinking, well, maybe this thing will come down and bounce off VWAP, and I get a trade to the upside, and then I could short it. Well, here, I waited the 5 minutes and got here, and it opened and it started to wash. So my thought is, it's gonna go low. I'm gonna take it short. I'm gonna anticipate the break of the VWAP and go ahead and get short. So I took a starter position here, and I would have added to it once it confirmed a break of the VWAP, but I wasn't paying attention to this lower deviation band. This, even though this stock was selling off, this deviation band was coming up, which should have told me that this thing was going to push up or try to get a push up. So I never should have shorted it here, but I did. Lost the 25 cents on it. No big deal. 100. It started the morning out the same way I started yesterday out. Lost $100 on it and was looking for, a redemption. And somehow I wasn't paying attention to this. It moved right up into resistance like I planned, just like on my trading plan, just like I had written out on my note card. This is exactly what it did. And this gave me my first base hit, my second base hit for a double, right down to this level of support, right in the window that I wanted to trade this in. Now, yeah, this was going to be the home run, down here once it lost it, or if it lost that level. But this was first nice base hit here, nice base hit here. This would have given me my daily goal and then some. This would have just been icing on the cake. And as you can see, it tried to lose this level. It would have given me another, trade under this, but just the fact that I missed it, and and I had my plan, I just didn't stick to it. I just was so worried about missing the move that I jumped in when I shouldn't have. And that's something that we have to, as traders and relatively new traders and intermediate traders, we have to make sure that we, you know, don't chase a stock, number one, and then just be patient and let your setup come to you. And in this case, I was chasing the setup, and it really wasn't a setup. It never confirmed below the VWAP. Never really confirmed that this thing was a short when it was. When I took it short. So, that was my morning. That was a mistake I made on this trade. So always, even if you have two plans, wait until it confirms before you start doing something. Just you don't want to start your morning off like this, because if you're new and you're just starting, this is going to frustrate you, and it may cause you to do or make trades that you don't normally make, in chasing and stuff. So I did catch a reversal on Rio. You can see this thing just fell off a cliff. This is what we like. This is the reversal setup we like, to where it comes down and it tests a support level, and then it starts to bounce. And now, while this was running down, the SPY was running down, and I always reference the SPY when I'm doing my reversal trades, because it's later in the day. These stocks are gonna more or less move with the SPY. So, and I I alerted this in chat, and I said, this trade is gonna be based off this level 2350ish, but it's gonna be based on the SPY. If the SPY starts to bounce, I'll take the trade. And you can see here on the SPY, blow it up a little bit. This SPY started to bounce, and that's when I took the trade. When the SPY started to come off of this. And the reason why I was looking at it is because this is the lower deviation band on the VWAP. Most of the time, the SPY is going to trade within these bands. Now you're going to get the pop out, here and there, just like it did here, but it stayed within that band. This was the only pop out, but it didn't pop out. Didn't pop out much. So I expected to bounce here, and that's why I was looking at it hard. And then once we got the bounce, I felt comfortable and confident in taking this and going in with some size, because I knew that it had a good chance of failing here. So I was going to go in with some size so that when I hit this, I could, recover from my first trade again, and, hopefully make my daily goal. Well, I didn't quite make it today. This ticker really didn't give me as strong a move as I wanted it to make. I did catch that first move, and I took the majority of it off here at 75, and I wanted to add back for the move back up to VWAP, but this thing just chopped around. It trended, as long as this was trending up, I kept the last piece on. But once it came and it popped up and it got the red to green line, and this was yesterday's close. This was my second profit target. This was my third. The first was the 9. The second was the red to green line, which was yesterday's close. My third target was the VWAP. And I got first target, second target, but it wasn't a clean trade, but it was a safe trade. And that's what I like. When you're small and you're growing your account and you're trying to not necessarily protect your capital, but grow it and not take unnecessary risk, these are the trades that I like, because I'm basing it off of entering the trade off of a support level, a defined support, and I'm using these charts and using these indicators as stops. Once I took profit, the stop on the end was break even, because I was going to protect the profit that I had. and it came close, but it never really came back to taking me out. It hung around this 200, and as long as it was hanging around this and it was trending up, I was going to take the trade. Once it got over the 9 was going to be my stop. So after I took this, that was my stop. So that was my trade reversal trade for the day. These I love, and I'll probably start doing more of these. So, and we'll probably start calling these out in chat on the mic later in the afternoon. The morning is too congested with Mike and Ross, and there's no reason for somebody else to come in and call another one. There's to be just too much confusion. So I'll probably be doing these in the afternoon, and we'll see how that goes. But hope everybody has a great weekend, and study up, and we'll see you next week in chat.